Hello and welcome to another vlog. I have my mum and my partner here. Neither are particularly horsey, and I just thought, why not do a little bit of a question time with them, where they are going to just ask me a few questions each. It can be about horses in general, or about my horses, or about me, but horsey based. Tim, bless him, has actually gone on to ChatGTP and printed off an entire questionnaire on horses. But Mum has thought of a few of her own initially. So you've got 6 questions each, and I'm hoping not each.
I've got 4.
Okay.
I've got 36.
Okay, we'll just start and we'll see how we go.
Can I go first?
Of course you may.
Okay. Because mine came from when Tina was here, and her Instagram, social media, whatever, is life on the left rein.
Yeah.
So I would like to know, what on earth does left rein mean?
Okay, one I can answer, super. So, when you're riding, you have left and right rein. It's literally left and right. So, if you're on the left rein, you're turning left. If you're on the right rein, you're turning right.
We all prefer to
Oh
go
yeah,
on the left rein.
yeah, exactly. All horses, and humans even, to a point, will have a preference on left or right rein. So, a lot of mine are better on the left rein. Therefore, it's probably a me thing, but we're working through it.
Good answer. Thank you for that. I thought it was going to be very, very complicated, but it wasn't.
No, left and
You're
right.
either going left or you're going right.
Exactly.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. Timmy,
Okay.
do you have a question?
What's the most ridiculous thing you've ever done for the sake of a horse photo?
Mum's laughing because she knows the answer to this one. So, pre-eventing Ella was miniature horse Ella. I used to breed and show miniature horses. Went all the way to the top with them, homebreds. And photography was a huge part, and still is a huge part of breeding and showing them. I think because you can't ride them, there's a lot of standing them up and making them look like poodles. And in the day, yes, we did crawl around with sheepskins on our backs, whinnying, in order to get the perfect photo.
It wasn't necessarily us doing it, so we pull in random people and we just say, please, can you do this here? Can you just get on the floor and just put this sheepskin over you?
Worked every time. Worked every time, guys. If you're ever unsure on how to get that kind of slightly, I can't think of the right word. Yeah.
Well, if you want to get that moment of surprise for the horse, isn't
surprise,
it?
perhaps, is the best word. You want to photograph that slightly surprised looking horse. You know, that hooky neck, pricked ears, nostrils flared, sheepskin on your back. Works every time.
Those were the days. Mind you, I say those were the days. We're still doing it now with big horses. Maybe not as extreme as that, but we're still doing stuff.
We have moved on slightly now to the horse whinnying on YouTube, and I do think that works very well.
That is genius.
For the pricked ear look, I mean, with the miniature horses, a huge part of it was, like Arabs, you were trying to get them to hook their necks, stand back slightly, lean forwards, flare their nostrils, prick their ears. It was like, it was intense. I say it was literally, just trying to make these little miniature Arabs, whereas obviously with the bigger horses these days, it's a little bit more pricked ears, stood nicely, lovely job, there you go. But yeah, good question, Timmy.
Okay, my next question is, why on earth do you need all these different saddles for the 3 disciplines? So you've got your cross country, you've got your dressage, your cross country next, is it? Or show jumping and whatever.
Yeah.
Why do you need 3 different saddles?
So I actually have 2 different saddles.
And
And they have 2 different saddles. Yeah, woe is me. And they, I mean, I wouldn't be an expert here now, but they have slightly different cuts, therefore they have slightly different purposes. So dressage is a longer cut. It has a bigger knee/thigh roll. You ride it with longer stirrups, and it has more free. It's cut straight at the front, therefore it allows more freedom through their shoulders. And then also you have that more slightly deeper seat. You have that more support in the front and the back and on your thighs. So
why do you need more support in the front and the back and on your thighs when you're doing?
Because you're supposed to sit more still, upright, pretty.
So it's not about you.
Move.
It's about the horse. They're looking at the horse.
Well, both, yeah. And the whole point of dressage is that it looks effortless. So the more supported you are in your seat, the more effortless it should look in the overall picture. I mean, comment below if anyone has any more to say on that, because say I wouldn't be the most.
Yeah, no, I get it, yeah.
And then for jump saddles, then they have forward cut knee roll, like flaps knee rolls bits. And so you can ride with shorter stirrups, you have a bend in your knee, and then they have, say, knee rolls, but then that would be more of a show jumpery thing, especially. And then when you start moving to cross country, then you start to incorporate the calf roll a little bit too. Now I know like some show jumpers would have the well, you probably would, but in eventing for some reason, again maybe correct me guys or like enlighten me here, there seems to be a lot of mono flap in eventing where you have the knee and the calf roll. So mono flap is one flap, and then you have a short girth, and there's no flaps. I don't entirely know why.
So you're telling me, darling, that you don't have enough saddles?
I'd love more saddles.
You need more saddles.
It's just that I have lovely saddles.
Yes.
But they're not all exactly. So like Charlie has an alright all-rounder jump saddle, but he hasn't got like Hattie's got a really nice eventing saddle.
You need more saddles.
Yeah, maybe it's like a little saddle upgrade.
Oh. She needs more saddles, Timmy.
Bless her.
Timmy's studying over here. He's barely looked up from a sheet of paper.
Come on, Tim.
For the correct
Go on, thank you very
question.
much. Thank you for that. I get it. So it's for different disciplines, you're doing different things, so you need different bits of leather in different places. Different stirrups. And...
Timmy, you've been awfully quiet.
Come
I
on,
thought there would be a lot more heckling from Tim.
Come on, Timmy, go for it. Go for your second question.
Whoa. What's your most unexpected piece of tack that you like?
Oh gosh, it's so difficult. Oh,
You're so deep.
isn't it?
Piece of, excuse me, piece of cat tack that you didn't think you'd like, but now you
But
love.
you love.
Oh god.
Well, you have all sorts of weird
You've
things.
had
don't you?
expensive things and cheap things.
Oh,
Probably. I don't even know if it's classed as tack, but one of the things I've owned the longest and probably used the most in all my years is a dually halter.
oh what?
God.
Dually halter. Remember, we got those.
Oh, that's the whispering.
Yeah, the Monty Roberts rope haltery thing.
Oh, Monty!
So when I don't know how old I was, we went on a 2-day course with Kelly Marks.
Yes, we did. Yes.
Back in the day, and we came home with these 2 halters. I mean, how long ago do you think that was?
Oh, you were like 12, 13. You were little. You were definitely little.
20 years ago.
48 years ago.
Stop it. 20 years ago. And I still have the very 2 halters we came home
Well,
with.
they were good value for money, weren't
Weren't
they?
they just? And I use them all the time for everything. New horses, old horses, young horses.
Do you use them for doing things, or
No,
do you
I have
just
to be
use
honest,
them?
I do then go back to a rope halter more often than not, just a normal tie-on halter. But I guess it's for the riding, or if I've got something that's bad to tie up, or just a bit strong or a bit rude. To the dually we go. But yeah, that's probably, It's ugly and it's heavy, so that's why it's unexpected. That's
Yeah, you didn't think you'd like anything that was ugly and heavy.
No,
Well,
but
don't blame you.
they don't die and they're incredibly versatile. So
Well,
there we go.
There's a good shout out for Dooley halters, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, my question. You could just do show jumping. You could just do cross country. Or you could just do dressage. But oh no, you choose to do all three. So therefore having to learn, become experienced and bloody good at all three.
So you can just do one.
Yeah, yes, Tim.
That's one.
She could just do one.
That's easy.
She could have one horse, one discipline, and one saddle. But no, she chooses to do all three. Why, Ella Rose, do you choose to do all three in one day?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. The most annoying part of it is if I did just do dressage or show jumping, I wouldn't have to travel 4 hours every time just to compete in it. So I do slightly wish I didn't enjoy eventing. If I were to just choose one, it would be show jumping. And with Wally, I did do a lot of show jumping.
That's my next question.
Shut now. We haven't finished this one yet.
Oh, let's get reading on more then, Timmy. I used to be a triathlete. Maybe it's just in me to
make
do
life
three.
complicated for yourself.
Make life complicated. Yeah, I do. I like the versatility. That's not the right word, is it?
Well, you like
Yeah.
the.
It does make a nice all-round horse. Also, there isn't actually, especially not down here, really any option ever to just do cross country. There are things called hunter trials, but they're far and few between, especially down here. And quite often, they're run on this, they've got like funny rules and stuff. So they're not my favourite things in the world. But yeah, I think I like that it makes a rounded horse at the end. And my horses are quite good at it. It'd be interesting with, I don't know, I was going to say with Nellie, I'd say she might even be slightly more just a show jumper. But only perhaps because she is most natural at jumping. She wouldn't have the most naturally amazing movement. And she almost jumps too well for cross country. You can't have a horse that jumps too well for cross country because quite often they will scare themselves. This is actually something that
it scares me.
Learned watching someone else's vlog where he said you couldn't have. I was watching Meg Alfick's vlog actually, and it was I've forgotten his name. Nice guy. She does lessons and things with him. Simon Grieve said that you almost don't want a horse that jumps too neatly for the cross country for eventing, because if they feel like they have to jump like that over everything, they will wear themselves out / scare themselves. So they're more likely to run out or stop because they're thinking, if I can't jump well, I won't jump at all. Whereas cross country horses are more likely to just give it a go. Maybe like a horse that isn't perhaps as does the job but isn't as careful, as exuberant, won't get to a brush fence that's then 10 centimetres bigger than every other jump on your course and be like, oh my goodness,
I've got to go
over the top. Yeah,
just go straight through it.
Exactly.
Oosh.
Go on, Timmy. Come on, Timmy. Bum, bum, bum,
Do you think any of your horses have an arch nemesis?
Oh, for God's sake.
What's that mean?
Wally doesn't like flowers.
Well, this is actually, I guess, I do have almost an answer for this question. For some reason, and now this is my theory, that leprechauns live under rocks. Because every Irish horse I've ever had, and some friends' Irish horses, spook at boulders.
Leprechauns live under rocks.
Did I go too far with that one?
There was an answer.
Well, it was a very interesting question.
I don't know if it's an arch nemesis, unless leprechauns are an arch nemesis.
So horses don't like rocks. Our horses never like pigs.
True, we don't go there and get pigs.
Yeah.
Just to fix the problem, yeah.
But,
lots of horses don't like pigs. Donkeys, lots of horses don't like donkeys.
Don't they like
initially.
donkeys?
Initially.
Not liking donkeys. I like a donkey.
Yeah, you're not having one.
Floating plastic bags.
Floating
You're not allowed a donkey?
No, we're not allowed a donkey apparently. I said about a donkey a couple of weeks ago. I said, can we have donkeys? She just went, no, we're not allowed a donkey.
5 horses and
We're not allowed a donkey. I said a miniature donkey then. The answer was still no, I'm not having a donkey.
It's really expensive.
Question number 4.
I'm sure we're on to more than 4 now.
Well, it's as in like each.
Oh yeah.
You've had 3.
Well, yeah, okay. We're going. This is another thing that you've always done, and you've now, I think, become very good at it. I mean, I'm no expert, of course, but it's a bit like the Barber of Seville, you know, where everything runs when they hear the clippers. And I know you like a neat horse. I know you like a neat horse.
A neat pony.
But when I was a little girl, well, we never did anything like that. I mean, I know I wasn't inventing or doing whatever you're doing, but we never clipped horses. Goodness me, if I'd even suggested clipping a horse, my father would have gone absolutely bonkers. Why do you clip a horse? Why does one
clip a horse? Well, it is a bit of a 50-50 looks versus practicality. I would say, you know, as in like not necessarily even personally, I just mean one. I keep my horses out, they live out, and probably the most difficult thing, like I'm noticing it with Nellie now, she's not clipped at all, she's only young, I don't particularly want to clip her if I can help it. She's then sweaty, and then because the horses then they live out, you can't rug them till they dry. So it is a weird one. It is like it's a high maintenance but also saves you time. So then say like Charlie and Manny, they're my only 2 currently fully clipped. But they're fully clipped and well rugged, and I often ride them in exercise sheets, so it almost seems ridiculous. But then the times where I am doing harder work with them, I don't ride them in an exercise sheet. And then you finish your ride and they're dry. They're just comfortable, they're dry, clipped. Yeah. So I might still put a cooler on them for a minute just whilst they cool down, but then they can have their turnouts back on and then they go straight back out. So whereas Nellie at the moment, obviously because they sweat from the inside out, the top of the coat almost looks dry-ish, apart from where she's particularly sweaty.
Right.
But underneath, she's actually damp, and then you have to wait for them to dry before you can put their rugs on them.
So it wouldn't be so bad if they were in stables, but because they have to go out into the cold.
It's not as, it's again a catch-22 because they live out and therefore you do feel bad sometimes keeping them out in the cold. But for me personally, it's just more comfortable for them and easier if they're fully clipped, because then I can just finish my ride, make sure they're not too hot, because obviously if then they're hot from their ride, you rug them, they'll still sweat, and then put that. But then looks does come into it a fair bit too. Like I take off the full head of the horse. To be honest, you probably could leave half the head on, but I like how they look completely off. Okay. I do leg blends at the knees because I like the look, whereas I could probably leave slightly more of the leg on. So it is then aesthetics at the end of the day to a point also. But I do currently have 3 very fluffy horses here too. You'd be very proud of me. I have 3 completely unclipped horses.
Done very well.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Right, go on, Tim.
I have a 2-part question.
Ooh, 2-part question.
So, what is the most bougie piece of horse kit you wear or use all the time? And what's the cheapest bit of horse kit that you own and use all of the time?
Oh,
cheap, Timmy. Cheap.
Non-expensive.
We have cheap. Bougie. What's
bougie? I would say probably 2 of my more bougie items in the tack room, which are a little bit luxurious and probably not necessarily needed, but I do particularly like them, are my Equitex numbness.
Oh.
And I do proudly own 2, both second-hand, bought 2 years apart, and heavily used, so they always go for my Equitexes over everything else. They are a bit of a Marmite thing. Personally, I love them.
So what about those fancy stirrups?
Oh yeah, the stirrups are lovely too.
Oh yeah. Which ones were they?
Tech.
Oh
yeah, they would be pretty bougie too.
Oh, even I had a fondle of them.
Yeah, they would be pretty bougie too. My Tech stirrups, I would very kindly sponsored by Tech and have 2 pairs of Tech stirrups, which are lovely, and yes, are a little bit indulgent and bougie, perhaps. Yeah,
just a bit.
And then the cheapest.
Oof.
So I do have, I think it was about, I don't know, £8 or £9 I can't remember the company, which is so sad because she was so kind. A neck strap that I think was, say, about £8 or £9. I bought 10, I think. I did a big Christmas, all my girlfriends had one for Christmas.
They were lovely.
Yeah, they were lovely, and she printed them, and she did them for an absolute bargain. I think our budget was £10 each or something, and I said if I bought however many, could you do them for £10 each? And she said yes.
You bought me one.
I bought you one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they are lovely.
Fair enough.
But that, I'd say, was about £10. Again, purchased about, 3 years ago perhaps. And I use it multiple times a day, multiple times a week. It just goes on all the horses. You don't have to clean it, it's plastic.
When do we sell all the horses?
Tim.
No? That's a taboo.
Don't now.
Taboo.
Yeah, don't start on that one, Tim. Otherwise, we'll be in trouble, and then there'll be language, and we can't be using language on this vlog.
No, this is
Can we sell some horses?
No, Tim.
No.
We can't sell any horses.
Can we sell one horse?
No, Tim, because each one has got its place and is somewhere in the pile as is brilliant
a
or
horse
coming
scale.
up brilliant or
Okay.
scaring the poopy out of the mother when she gets on it. Right.
Any more questions?
Yes,
Or are you
hang
done?
on
No,
now.
I was just saying to Timmy, that was
Any more?
a bish bash bosh. That was a fire. That was all fires at me there. Bang, bang, bang.
If we were to sell a horse, what horse would it be?
Oh.
No, I'm answering that question.
Next.
Don't let it upset you.
No, 3 are technically for sale.
Tim is just being mean.
Yeah. 3 would have a price. But it was probably more than anyone would be willing to pay. Yeah.
All right, I'm still on to the 3-day eventing thing. I kind of understand show jumping, boing, and I understand cross country, bum 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 bum, way. I get that one, but dressage.
Yeah.
What is going on with the dressage?
I used to be with you on this one. I never understood it. But, you have always said this to me, I think. Or maybe it was a Ross Edgley thing where he says you enjoy things you're good at. And so the better I'm getting, the more I do get it. Dressage, did you know, is French for training?
No.
Oh, there we go. There we go. And it is basically that. It is, again, getting your horse as trained as possible whilst looking seamless and effortless. So I actually think it is the hard. There isn't a hardest of the phases, but
Well,
for
maybe
me,
hardest for you because
hardest for me. I wasn't how I was brought up. I was very fortunate, but I was told, "There's the pony, crack on, have a lovely day. Let me know when you're home, or let me know where I need to pick you up from and where the pony's gotten to." I loved it, but then at the grand age of about 27, I think I decided I wanted to start eventing. And therefore I had to start dressaging.
Big step, yeah.
And me nor my horse, my lovely horse at the time, Wally, he's still my horse, but he's retired now. Bless him, all of a sudden was just expected to do dressage, and we had gone a certain way for about 7 years, more, I don't know how many years. And all of a sudden I was expecting him to be fancy, and he was like, "What even are you doing? Let's go places with my head in the air." So yeah.
Do you have a favourite equestrian fail moment that always makes you laugh?
Oh.
Has anything gone wrong in the past that makes you chuckle?
Okay, I'm sharing with the vlog now. This is sharing, guys. This is us becoming friends. I don't know how old I was. I reckon I must have been young teens. And I had 2 pen pal horsey friends that used to come down for a few days at a time, and they'd bring their ponies in the summer and we'd have a couple of days gallivanting. We went down the beach and I really, really, really needed a wee. Really needed a wee, and I didn't know these girls that well, and we'd cantered all the way to the top, and once you're at the top there's only one way back, which is down where you come from, and the horses always particularly want to go extra fast down. And my horse at the time, she was a Welsh Cob cross Arab, she was quite fiery, and there wasn't a whole lot of controlling her, and the more you tried to control her, the more she just bounced on the spot, and I really needed a wee. So we got to the top and I said to the other 2 girls, who I didn't know that well, basically, don't move or I wet myself. And they thought it'd be kind of funny to run off, and my horse just obviously went flying behind her, and I just weed myself. Literally all the way down the beach. I was desperate for a wee. And I got to the bottom and I didn't know these girls that well, and I just had to fully embrace it. I had to just say, girls, I just weed myself. There was no hiding it.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah.
Bless you for sharing.
I know, I'm slightly
my
regretting
goodness.
it already. But there we go, guys.
That's fine. We've all weed ourselves at some point in their life. And when you get older, I mean, goodness me.
Yeah.
There's weirds and then there's liars.
That's a t-shirt. There's weirds and there's liars. I'm going to write that down.
Yeah, nice.
I'm definitely writing that down. Okay, my last question to you is, when you've done anything else in your life, all these other things that you've kind of done, you've done them to the absolute best of your ability. You've always given everything 100%, and you have usually had a goal, which has never been an easy goal. It's always been a difficult goal, either a faraway goal, as in this is going to take me ages, or a massive goal, as in I'm going to have to, do something physically horrendous for 24 hours, whatever it is. So what is your ultimate goal? So 3 years ago, you didn't really understand anything to do with this. I mean, you used to jump a bit, you used to do all sorts of things a bit. So you had to teach yourself, you had to do dressage, and you have your lessons once, twice a week. Goodness knows you go up the motorway and have lessons. You do all these things, and I've always admired the way that you've absolutely chosen goals that are over there, and then I've really admired the way that you doggedly work towards them. And we had a saying many years ago that came about, didn't we, which is called fail to fabulous in 20 minutes. And it was this thing where we'd fail at something, or we'd not have the outcome that we wanted. Let's call it failure, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't your day. And then we'd always say to each other, just give me 20 minutes, just give me 20 minutes. And then for that 20 minutes we would just be by ourselves, and we both do it still now, don't we? Just leave me alone, and then you start to go over, I turned up, I did my best, I'm here. Okay, it was a good day. And you're really, really good at that. And you take...
I do need my 20 minutes though.
I know you do, and I completely get that. And I 20 minutes, fail to fabulous in 20 minutes. So you've never given yourself a goal that's easy. You've always given yourself these goals where there has been many, many failures all the way. And I think you've learnt that since you were a very little girl.
Yeah.
What is this goal? Where are we going? I know we've been doing it now for 3 years, or was it 2 years?
Lockdown. I did 2 before lockdown, and then obviously 2 years off-ish. I think we're locked down.
Yeah,
now,
okay. So you've kind of
4 years, yeah.
So where is this goal?
So I would love to qualify for badminton grassroots.
Yes.
I'm a bit sad to have not qualified for next year. I came very close.
Oh, you were so close.
I know. I think it was just painful because of the amount of money I spent trying this year. It would have been really nice. She is still a young horse, so it was kind of one of those things. I think I would have qualified, if I had qualified for next year, then I also would have wanted to qualify the following year, but to have done better. It would have been quite nice to have had a run and just be like, next year, oh well, we've got here, lovely job. Whereas I think when she comes out of as an 8-year-old, if I'm still trying to get her there, then I'm going to expect a bit more of her, which maybe is a good thing. I don't know. But then it will also, I'm not very good with nerves, sadly, and I probably will need to do a bit of mental work or something at some point with someone to work on that, because I do get slightly crippled with nerves. I love them and I feel bored without them day to day. If I don't feel a bit nervous or tired or challenged, or I kind of lack that feeling of achievement, and I thrive off it. So I don't not want them. I just would like to know how to manage them slightly better. But anyway, I digress. I would love to get to badminton, whether it's with Hattie or Charlie.
Or both, darling.
I mean, both. I mean, I could do with a sponsor. If anyone out there would like to sponsor me, that would be lovely.
Yes, please. Please.
Yeah.
Please, somebody.
Yeah. Because it's awfully expensive trying to do one, let alone two. But
Everything you've ever done has been expensive.
I know I'm a very expensive person.
Yeah.
But yeah, currently badminton, and then it was never ever on the agenda to go bigger necessarily. Like I like jumping a metre, but I do think I would quite like to try an international competition at the end of the season or next season, all being well, which would be a 1-star or perhaps a novice. We'll see though. At the end of last season at Dauncey, we jumped in the 100 championships, and I think 7 of the fences were in the novice the few weeks before, so she did most of them. So
When you
she's
say international, does that mean we're going across the water somewhere?
No, we'll compete in this
Oh,
country.
I see. I thought perhaps we were
No.
going off.
They'll come here.
They'll come to us.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
But maybe. I don't know. I mean, I have to be... I feel like I have to be good enough to get us through it safely, because I think Hattie would try anything I asked her to do, but I don't want to hurt her or me. So that if I don't feel like I could confidently navigate us round courses of that height, then I won't do it. I won't. She's not old enough or experienced enough for me to be to say over to you, get us round, babes. Whereas if I had a 20-year-old who'd been doing it all their lives, perhaps I think I could probably do that on one of those and just be like, oh, if you go, I'll come with you. But with a young horse, you need to hold the hand of it.
So badminton grassroots is our goal at the moment.
Yeah.
And then when we get there, we'll see.
We'll see.
Because things change and things appear and more
Yeah, so-
horses come, Tim.
They do
Horses.
come, yeah.
We get more horses. It's aging me, Tim. The whole
No.
thing just ages me.
Nice.
Oh, it does. I mean, it's so stressful for me, Tim. I find the whole thing so stressful. Anyhow, this is not all about me, is it? This
Is it not?
So thank you very much, everybody.
Head over to Mum's channel, see more. Maybe we should do one of these on your channel. Mum does have a channel, the Blue Tits, at the Blue Tits.
It's the Blue Tits Chill Swimmers.
The Blue Tits Chill Swimmers. Head over there if you
Maybe
fancy
we should
seeing
do
more
this
of
then.
her. Because every time I post a vlog with her in it, all I get is comments on how amazing she is.
Oh, well, I am Tim, aren't I? I mean, you'd
Very
agree, wouldn't
Jokes.
you?
I love them. I appreciate all comments, likes, and subscriptions. So please, if you have time and you don't already, please comment, like, and subscribe. Also, feel free, obviously, to head over to the Blue Tits Chill Swimmers to comment, like, and subscribe over there too. Perhaps you might be inspired or do already chill swim.
Yeah. Okay.
I hope you've enjoyed this little vlog. The next one coming up is a week of backing Nellie, so we're back to slightly more horsey
More
content.
stress.
More stress.
More
Did you feature in that? You did right.
Oh,
Here's what you went on the roads today.
I heard Jemima came in and she said, and I said, where's Ella? And she said, oh, she's out on Nellie. And I said, Nellie? I said, she can't be out on the road on Nellie. And she said, I said, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
So yeah, tune back in next time for that vlog, because maybe it's incredibly entertaining, maybe it's fairly underwhelming. We'll
Find out.
find out. Till then,
Bye.